Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron for Hungary. So, we are just building up our support. We're building up everything that we need. We're building up some aircraft. We're building into some close air support. We're getting our alliances with Italy. We're starting to push some Democratic Party. Starting to push that in Yugoslavia as well, although it's early days there. We're just trying to create our defensive unit down here. Oh good, we finished formation flying. Now, we are going for the fighter focus and then into aviation effort 2. That will reduce our, that will reduce how much it costs for us to do the next level of air doctrine. That's going to be, what, 140 days till we get that? Roughly? Yeah, 126 days. So what we could do is we could research something else and then we can switch back to doing this aviation effort and we'll get it all for cheap. Seems like a good idea to me. Like, we get it for 50% right now. If we wait just 120 days, we get it much cheaper. I don't think it's going to be 100% research time decreased, but it's still going to be cheaper. Anyway, what might we want to do? We could maybe just research some naval stuff, even if we're not going to use it. That could be a thing we could just waste our time on. If we're wanting to maybe maximize the amount of stuff we get. We could research light tank anyway, even if we're not going to use it, but it seems a little bit of a waste. Anything in here? We could research radio and I could try and figure out how to use it. It just gives a flat reinforced rate increase. In fact, that seems good. We'll just get radio. It's just a flat increase. That's not the radio towers or anything, or radar. It's not worth it doesn't involve anything else. Basically, that's what I'm getting at. It's just straight up reinforced time increase. Seems pretty good. Right. Anything else we need to worry about? Not really. We got our heavy tank, which is fantastic. We can get a production line for that going. With the heavy tank one, what do we want to start researching next? Well, we chose heavy tank because it means we don't have to research any more tanks. So, we want to research something like support weapons, and just because it's a little bit behind time anyway, it's not going to take very long to research. It's something we should just have. Seems like a good idea. Yep. Over here, we're going to want to quickly change this division, or it doesn't matter which division we change as. Let's change our armored division. I didn't really want to change the emblem, I just want to change the division. We don't want light tanks, we only want our heavy tanks here. So, how much is it going to cost us to change anything? Probably quite a lot. I just want to build, for armoured battalions, heavy tanks. We have enough to afford this. There we go, we'll go heavy tanks and then infantry. It's alright, it's not great, but it's alright. We'll go for that for just now, and then we can always make this better in the future. So we'll save that there. Now, what we want to do is we want to select these guys, and we want to just say, I want you to switch over. Now, how do we do this again? I think you can do it here, and we'd say we want you to be that division. Yeah, and I want you to be that division. There's probably a quicker way of doing it for more units, but that seems fine for only 2 units. Right, and it's going to cost us a lot. It's going to need a lot of reinforcement, but it does mean we need less infantry equipment, apparently. So if we only need 5, we're going to quickly drop down the number of factories working on that, because we really want a lot of heavy tanks. It's not filled. It says filled, but it's not filled. We're just going to shift that up to almost the top, and then we're going to get the resources we're missing. So we're missing chromium, oil, and steel. So who are we currently? We're currently getting a lot of stuff from France. We could continue getting stuff from France. Let's say that we want 16 steel. Is that what we need? We don't need that much. Unless we already needed some steel. We probably already need some steel. That's fine. We'll grab that. We need chromium. Chromium? Who has chromium and who we have influence with? France has chromium. Perfect. We'll grab that. And is it oil's the last one? Yep. Who has oil? Netherlands has oil. Possibly could be an option. Romania has some oil, but not enough. Well, it has enough oil for us, actually. You know what, let's get some Romanian oil. That seems fine. You sure you want to have all your factories producing trade goods? You will not be able to construct any buildings. Huh. How do we switch things over from military to civilian? There we go. I want to convert a few more to civilian. No. There we go. I just want to convert a few of those to civilian. We don't need that many military buildings, I don't think. Have a look at our production line. Yeah, we could probably survive with a few less. That's alright. And we want those to be at the top. Give them highest priority, the conversions. How long will conversions take? It'll take 4 years? Oh. Isn't good at all. Okay, let's think about what we actually need a little bit better then. Cancel that. Yeah. What do we actually need? Instead of just doing these trades kind of randomly, let's stop any close air support, because we don't need any of that for just now. We need these tanks to be fulfilled, and what if we just wait a single day? Will it tell us the yeah, now say we're gonna start needing stuff, right? Still says filled. I'm fairly certain that these guys are not like reinforced. They shouldn't be reinforced because we had no tanks, right? Okay. Anyway, I'm getting rid of a few of our production lines so that we can actually focus on getting this one up and running. This is the one that we want to focus on the most. Right. So we need oil. We should now have enough civilian factories clear. I think. If I understand what I did there right. Right, so we want oil. We require 1 convoy for this trade. I mean, Romania is pretty close. We don't really need a convoy, right? Right, is there a way of saying where you already have trade deals with? Just in general? That wasn't really what I meant to do. Yeah. Alright, so we already have some rubber trade deals with France. And we need... how much rubber? We need 0 rubber? It needs 1 aluminium and 2 steel. Chromium, steel, oil, steel. So we don't need any rubber, if I understand that right. So we can cancel this order, because we don't need any rubber. Yes. There we go. Now, we do need... there is it. We do need steel. We need 11, 13 steel. Let's go find us some steel. So under steel, we're trading with France. We can only trade in that kind of multiplier. That seems fine. We're getting exactly what we want now. Now we need chromium. We need 9 chromium. Do we have 9 chromium? Yes. Yes, we do. Steel. Don't need any tungsten. And we need oil, which we don't have any of yet. Right? And then the Netherlands have oil, and we have set to trade with the Netherlands. There we go. I'll put that one up to max. Shift this priority to top. If we wait just a day or two, that production line's going, and now it's going to start building. Yeah, that's what we're after. It's not great, but we did manage to make it so we actually have a civilian factory left. Didn't mean we have to stop building aircraft, but we had to focus on one thing or the other, and I'd prefer to focus on getting our units where we actually want them. And I would like to start training armored divisions. I don't know. How about this one? It doesn't really matter. We'll just train it up. Good. And that should be working for everything. Yep. We're not quite producing as much as we currently need, but that's fine. We have a lot of things working on the problem to make it so that we have a lot of production. Good. Good. And anything else we're really having to worry about? Not really. World tension's still really low. The German Reich haven't really done much. We've finished fighter focus. Perfect. We're going to go aviation effort 2. That gets us our research bonus, which is perfect. And that again allows us to get the air doctrine. Not that we're building any more aircraft, but that's alright for just now. We're just doing the research while we can do the research. We kind of already have the army that we need. Anything else is just a bonus. Yeah, some of these are almost being built. And they're just training right now. It's fine, they'll train up to 100%. In fact, I think we've already got a couple of units from them. Yeah, I know. I seem to remember these being 8s, and now they're 9s. I think we got a couple of units. Almost finished this civilian factory. We'll finish it in a year, which will actually be great, because that will allow us to build the next one even quicker, and then we can start getting into some proper factory building. Like some military factories. And yeah, it will also allow us to trade a little bit more, and maybe build some better stuff. How are our little coups going? The Democratic Party's got some support in Italy, just not a lot of support. It's building up. It's building up there. It might get to 50%. Yugoslavia, the support's the highest of any party apart from non-aligned. And we haven't started on Romania yet. I think we'll leave Romania for just now. Just until we get a little bit more political power again. Which is fine. Or until we convert one of the other two. Right. Oh, we actually have 0 manpower. Okay. Oh, great. That's fine. The Hindenburg disaster. The German passenger airship Hindenburg was destroyed today when attempting to dock at Lakehurst Naval Air Station in the United States. For reasons not yet determined, the airship was engulfed in flames and crashed to the ground, claiming 35 lives. Due to the scarcity and expense of helium and the US ban on exporting it, the Hindenburg, like all German passenger airships, was ultimately engineered to use hydrogen, which provides greater lift but is also flammable. With public faith shaken by this disaster and the rise of much faster passenger aircraft, this could spell the end of the era of airships. Oh, the humanity. And that got us aviation support effort level 2. So, now we really don't need to work on that too much, apart from, I think we're going to go to CAS effort next, which definitely seems like something we could go towards. We could also go to armament effort, which would just give us some more military factories, which is good. Another potential thing that we could do is we look at our research and maybe go for something else. Like, if we're done with armor, we might want to go for support battalions, maybe get engineering maintenance company. I assume that they're good if you have a like armored unit. I assume that's right. I could be wrong. Engineer company, is that actually better? Giving engineers a versatile role, allows them to deploy them in diverse situations when they are needed. They do fortifications. Okay, so maybe it would be maintenance I'm thinking of. Possibly? See, I don't actually know what most of this means. This is just useless information to me. I can just make assumptions based on what they should do when my mind, which is kind of, it's not the best way of doing it, but it seems to work out alright. Yeah, maybe we wanted to go into infantry a little bit, just to get that extra bit of, just give us something else that we can research with a bonus, basically. Yeah. So let's go into army effort. So that allows us to go into land doctrine a little bit. And then maybe we can go down equipment effort, and that allows us to just get the extra research bonuses. And there are 3 levels of that, so we can get a lot of reduced ahead of time penalty. Yeah, there we go. See how it goes. I'm not really worried that our manpower isn't really high, because we're using all the manpower that we've got, so it's kind of alright. So we finished radio. Do you want to go back to air doctrine? Because we've now finished everything we're going to do there. I think we have. So we got the 50% research time reduced. I think it's the head of time penalty is also reduced. What was the second one reducing? I just want to make sure I'm not wasting anything. Research bonus for air doctrine. This also gave... oh, right, so that gives a one-time bonus. Okay, I get it. So I think what it's meaning, I could be wrong, is that in here, in air doctrine, we've got one 50% in reduced time, and then the next one will also be 50% reduced time, then the one after that will not be. I could be wrong. That's what that sounded like to me, because we're not getting 100% reduced time, so that'd be my guess. Unless they just don't stack at all, in which case it seems odd that there'd be multiple layers. Anyway. That's alright. Oh, we got another division there. Good. Mechanical computing is done. I guess it's a little bit more research time. Now this is ahead of time, so it's not worth going into that. Could go into building radar stations as buildings. Could be alright. Do they take up I assume they take up a building slot, so we might not research them at all. Industry, is there anything we want in here? It is 1937, so we could go to the next line down. Seems like a good idea. Let's just go for construction speed, because that will allow us to then increase our production speed just by default. Because if we have more construction, we can build more buildings that would add to our production. Support weapons are done. Okay. Where are we going with this? We could go to this next level, or we can get another industry one. I think another industry one. Let's get concentrated industry, and that allows us to have more factories, hopefully. Okay. Right. There's still zero world tension, pretty much. It's just like, okay. Nothing really, nobody has a problem with the world right now. We're just being peaceful. How's Italy feeling? Italy is a little bit more democratic than it used to, although it looks like it's slowed down a little bit. It doesn't look like it's any more than last time. Yugoslavia looks like it's more than last time, which is nice. We're about to hit 150. That gives us a political government change thing. So we could get one of these political advisors. Monthly opinion, trade deal opinion factor, fascism support. We don't really need to do any of those. Okay. Material designer. That just decreases research time a lot for certain things. Oh, didn't mean to shut that. Right, aircraft designer. I could allow us to get certain types of aircraft here. So air research time goes down. That's about bombers. This one's about naval bombers. This one's about light aircraft, and also decrease aircraft time. Or heavy aircraft. So we kind of want light aircraft, right? Yeah, that would give us research time down. That's an option. Theorist, army experience gain goes up per day, and land doctrine research time goes up. Or we can go for the air warfare one, and that just lowers the air doctrine. I don't really want to waste our points on either of them. Military high command, they're not that useful till we actually go to war. Chief of air force, yeah, again, all of these military staff are useful when you're in a war. Tank designer. Well, we're not researching any armor just now, so that's fine. I guess we want to go for either the air warfare theorist or the military theorist, or the light aircraft designer. Well, this only reduces air research, so actually we don't want to go for this guy. So it's just between the military theorist and the air theorist, and the air warfare. If we go land doctrine, that would work towards us researching into that. What do we actually want to do in land doctrine? What bonuses are we getting out of this? It'll give us the biggest bonus because we've already researched some of air doctrine. But I want to see what we're looking to go for. Mobile warfare? Maybe. Superior firepower? We really want to use our tanks if we got it, or maybe we want to go for something like we want to just hold off things. I don't know what I'm saying. Let me think about this a little bit better. We kind of want to do something that allows us to have entrenchment bonuses. That sounds like a better way of putting it. So is there anything that goes towards this? Not in this path. Okay, this allows us a lot of breakthrough, but also allows us to do stuff with our tanks. Possibly. With airline battles as well. That sounds pretty useful. That sounds like something we'd be interested in. The using our aircraft to support our other stuff. Or we can go into Blitzkrieg, which is more tank stuff, I think. Yeah, there's a lot more tank stuff as well. Which is an option. Definitely an option if we wanted to maybe do a pushback at some point. That could be a good one. Trench warfare gives us max entrenchment, which could be good if we feel we're going to be trapped a little bit later. Yeah, and then maybe go that into assault. Does that give us anything good? It gives us stuff with planning and organization. And infiltration. It gives us some bonuses to our tanks. Yeah, definitely. Okay. And a mass assault is what we went last time. We went just into mass mobilization. Or we could go the other side of it and we could go deep battle, which allows us to get some extra tactics, get some width, and then have mechanized stuff later. I like the idea of going superior firepower and then going down into air-land. It does mean that it would go into artillery, which we haven't really done too much of yet. But if we go here, we get kind of suppressive barrages tactics, and then we just kind of go down. Which way would we want to go? We go integrated support, which means that our support battalions become better. Seems good for us. Maybe we avoid the artillery, like we go... Yeah, we don't actually need to go into artillery at all. Yeah. Apart from the first one. Which is just frontline battalions. So actually no. Yeah, we could just go down here into integrated support, then switch through to airland battle. That works for us. Yeah. And if we're doing that, then we can definitely go for the military theorist. There we go. We got a plan. And I think this is a good point to end the episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.